Hope everyone is able to see my screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 So when we start, let me just introduce myself so that you should be comfortable with me. Then I'll go ahead and ask few questions so that I can understand who are my audience. Okay. So that we can go comfortably with the speed what you need. Okay. So you can call me Ron. Okay. And I am having around 14 to 15 year now, 15-year experience in this industry, okay, IT industry. So mainly I am in networks, network security, information security, cloud security. These are my core skills. So I am here to give idea about the Palo Alto networks, okay, and so that we can go deep dive into that and we'll try to see how this product work and we'll try to complete some labs and everything in this course. So my key skills, if you'll ask, it's mainly a Palo Alto, okay, Palo Alto, Prisma, next generation firewall, Cortex, everything, SASE solutions and everything, okay. But not only Palo Alto, I am having experience in Juniper, Cisco, FTD, Checkpoint, all the firewalls actually. Okay. So I have done some certifications like PCNSC, CCNA, and these kind of certifications I have completed. So currently I'm in the role of architect. Okay. So mostly I involved in design, solutioning, implementation, these kind of stuff. Actually, I do. So this is something brief, okay, about me, and I'll use something which is very interesting. Let me. If you see your chat of this Zoom, I won't ask everyone to jump here and tell at once. So, do you see my chat over here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just copy this detail and send it in the same chat. I just want to understand my audience actually. Your name, your total year of experience, okay? And years in experience in Palo Alto, if any. If not, that's fine. Okay. And your skills. Skills means not only firewall security. I want to know what skill you have. Okay. And your target. Target means what you want to achieve from this course. Like it could be your certification, your interview clearance, your current organization work, just for learning, just for certification. Okay, just copy the whole thing and paste it at once. Like, let me do it for you. I don't take much time into that. Okay,
Not able to take, I'm not able to copy.
not able to copy. Like someone like Kumar.
Same, not able to copy.
Yes, same here on.
Not able to copy.
Yeah, I'm able to copy it.
You can type it. Not able to copy. You can just type it. That will be good. It's a small name, year, experience. Yeah, good. Sandeep, I got from Sandeep. I got from Kumar Aropisami. And I'm sorry if I'm not able to pronounce your name. So I'll give some nicknames so that everyone will understand. Manvi, Jesse.
You can call me Arjun or Reddy.
Okay. Yeah. Calling from nickname is very easy and easy to understand. That's what I used to do. Well, let me count my audience first. I used to do these things because, first understanding who, like I have 23, around 22 candidates over here, right? So I'll just have information. Go ahead, you have less time. Okay. Thanks everyone for this. Is this very first class? Yes, this is very first class. Okay. So let me go through your experience and ask few things. I'll just name out few things, right? Year of experience in Palo nail internet routing switching. Okay. The first person, Kumar is in mainly routing and switching. Okay, good. 4 years of experience, Palo nail CCNA. Okay. Sandeep, network security. Jesse, you told me call what you told me to say Jesse, 20 year of experience, network admin, 3 year in Palo Alto, learning more security. Red. Jesse, you there? Okay, I'll come back. Manvi, 2 year of experience, he's in learning by switching job. Okay, switching job, good. Parag, 6 year, Palo Alto, no CCNA, master Palo. Okay, good. Certification, name. Okay, so Joyson Rickson Maros. I didn't get any detail. Year of experience and everything. Okay. Munish Singh Best, 2.5 CCNA, Palo Alto New. Enterprise 7 SD-WAN. Okay, WAN side. Target to move. Situation. Routing and switching. Sabyasachi Chatterjee. I want to switch career. Okay, career switch. Network architect 14 year. Rahul Khankai. Okay. 14 network architect. Rahul, you there?
Yes, sir.
So, Rahul, you are in what's your main skill? Routing, switching, design, fire
Yes,
security.
design implementation. I am mostly working in wireless as well.
Oh,
So apart from that, I would like to get a hand. I'm aware about the Palo Alto, but I don't have any expertise. So I would
oh,
like to get that expertise as well.
okay, good. Anuradha job switch. Okay, deeper level. So, Anuradha, have you worked in Palo before?
Yes,
Job.
I have worked in Palo Alto. I have some basic understanding, like rule addition and all, but I want to understand it at a deeper level.
Okay, good. 9 years experience oral zero. Okay, 5 year Palo Nil. Okay, join 2 days project Palo Alto. Okay, good. WAF firewall governance endpoint. So we have someone from governance as well. Abhishek. Are you in InfoSec?
It's kind of a mixed role we have here. So where we need to handle from the governance, from the vulnerability management to also the firewall. So it's kind of a pretty much mixed role. So that's why I'm targeting to become like CCNSC certified, so that can support my job profile and also get more deep knowledge. Yeah.
Okay, good. CCNP is important to learn before Palo Alto. Yeah, that's a question, Manvi. Okay, that's fine. Let me start. Let me just start and introduce the way we are going to learn and the way which I used to teach. Okay. So the very first thing is that if your batch is starting from 11 a.m., okay, people should join at least by 11:05, okay, so that you can cover most. And you, if you are missing something, if we have a big batch, right, if you are missing something and going back for one person and everything will be difficult. But if you are focused, okay, and joining, that will give you a discipline. It is not only for the Palo Alto, okay. Just if someone did some certification or training before, and people will do in future as well. But when we doing some training and giving money to anyone, okay, if we build a discipline, that will be very useful in your career. Okay, so joining in time, very important thing. Second important thing, if you want to ask anything, you can just pinpoint and stop me anytime whenever I am going to cover any topic. Okay. Second thing, we'll try to utilize much of the time in the batch. Okay. So it's not like only discussion or something, we'll utilize much of the time. So since this is a weekend batch, okay, we have segregated uh, 2 by 2. 2 by 2 means, for example, today 2 hours, tomorrow 2 hours. Okay. In first 2 hours, we'll try to cover some theory, and then second half we'll cover the labs. So whatever we are going to learn over here, everything will be on practical lab. Okay. Very few theory, because we will try to cover everything conceptual, and whatever concept I am going to teach you, that is going to be covered into the lab as well. Okay. When I'm going to start the lab, you have to start your lab as well. So let me ask, okay, do you have lab access? Did you get any lab access from uh, networkings?
No, no, no.
No, no.
No,
Yes.
no,
Okay,
no.
that's fine. We'll try to check that who doesn't have lab access. So what we are going to do, as soon as we'll try to start with slow. Okay, I know we have mixed crowd. Some people are having good experience, but most of people are having a nil experience or some experience in Palo. So what we are going to do, we'll start with basic, okay, and we'll keep increasing our topologies, okay, like one firewall, then pair of firewall, then panorama, then routing, switching, everything we'll try to big and make our data center. Okay. So it is very important to understand, go in stream. What I'm saying, if you are not completing lab and just jumping 2 to 3 lab, you won't understand the basic behind whatever we have configured. Okay. So take your time and try to complete the lab, so that when we reach at that deeper level, troubleshoot level, okay, you should be able to understand. It's very important, which I always say, and which I missed in my initial career when I used to take the trainings or attend the trainings also. I used to spend some time here and there and I'm not focused. But I understand you are good guys, you are focused. So try to give your 100% time, just 2 hours, okay, in this training class. So whatever your personal work, like family or office work or anything, just skip everything for these 2 hours. This is the way you will learn. Okay. If you are doing multitasking, that will be a problem. Okay. So enough lecture. Let me start. I hope you are comfortable now because I am just trying to set some expectation. Okay. Which will be very helpful throughout the class. So I can see when I gave the demo, okay, so very few people was there. Now I can see 23. So I thought to start from my day one lab and everything from the concept, but I think it is very important to start from the beginning of the slide. So what we are going to do, the slide which you are seeing over here, okay, I am building this slide day by day, okay. Day by day means whatever topics we are covering, we'll add it in same slide and then I'll share with you so that you can do practice in home. Okay. So this is the slide which I covered in the demo. Okay, in the first class or demo class, but very few people were there. So now I'm just going I'm just trying to give very less time over here and directly jump into the concepts in Palo Alto. Okay. Before going ahead, you have some time. You can ask any concern, any doubt, any queries in your mind. Try to go ahead and uh, do like you work with your friend, your colleague. Okay, whatever questions you ask, just go ahead and ask. Don't think what people will think if it is a silly question or I don't understand the concept. Okay, so I'm just monitoring the chat. Whoever wants to go ahead, okay, just say hi or anything, I'll ask a question. I just want to make sure there should not be much noise, okay, because it is disturbing to everyone. Can you please cover the topic? Yes, I will cover. I would like to ask, please go ahead, Kumar. You can talk. If you are typing here, you can talk, okay.
Okay. Am I audible, Ron?
Yes, yes.
Great. So I'm more worried about this certification.
Yeah.
I did CCNA course. I
Mm.
took it with some organization, but that wasn't the equipment, or it was not very much equipped for a certification. It is okay for learning purpose, but it was not okay for the certification. So I had to really study hard for the certification. Is it the same scenario happens here,
Okay.
or it is more or less focused on the certification and the training is very effective?
Okay, that's the reason I have asked everyone who means what is their background. So let me tell you. It is Kumar, right? So let me check your detail. How much experience you have, Kumar?
I have 6 years into networking.
So have you done you did CCNA, okay?
Right, right.
So people who have joined, okay, I'm just trying to be honest with you, okay? Whatever certifications are there, okay, in market, except CCI, okay, CCI. Most of the certifications like cloud certifications, PCNSE certifications, and CCNA certifications are based on dumps. Okay, you agree or not agree, but most of the certifications are based on dumps. If you are good at dumps learning or means there are two ways you can give the certification. One, just mug up the dumps. Okay, you will be able to clear the certification like CCNA or PCNSC or anything. Okay. But when you will go into the organization, fail. When you will go into the interview, you will fail. Because certification is one of the thing. Important how you understanding that product, how you understanding network. That is the very important thing. So my take would be whatever topic I am going to cover, that will be 100% sufficient for your certification. Okay, you will be able to clear certification. Okay, I'll make sure that you will be able to clear certification. That is the very first point. But apart from that, I'll make sure you should understand how this Palo Alto devices work in the organization. Okay. How you will be able to clear the interview because people are there from the interview purpose as well. Okay. And how you will be able to practically expose this device. Okay. Is it
Fine,
good?
makes sense. Thank you,
Okay.
Ron. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Ronina. Okay, good. Do you recording for after slides? Okay. I will check the admin. Okay. I'll check the admins because even I am an instructor, admins are this networkings. Okay. So I'll check and check that and I'll let you know that whether you will get the recordings or not. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, Gaurav here. So yes, I have already mentioned that all the classes will be live, plus they will be also getting the recordings in their own portal for every classes.
Okay. Thanks, Carl.
Yeah.
Main thing, conceptual or clear interview. Okay. Yeah, people have different parag, different thinking, how they are thinking. So, but what my target will be your certification, your interview, and you should be able to well equip when you are working on any organization. Okay, wherever Palo is used. Okay, I'll make sure that. I would like to ask a question. Please go ahead, Rakesh Chaudhary. When you type, you can mic open your mic.
Hi all.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ron, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
hi. So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So suppose we are learning Palo Alto and we are good in from network security to cyber security or information security. So how this Palo Alto learning is going to help us?
Okay, good question actually. And cyber info and network. Okay, you use three different terms: cyber security, information security, and network security. Okay, so I'll start with network security. So when you say the network security, okay, you should be able to understand what security measures are there in organization, not only Palo Alto. Okay, apart from that, there are so many concepts out there. Okay, which use for the security purpose. But since firewall is a very key concept over here, okay, very important part of the network. If you are able to understand the network security Palo Alto firewall, you will be able to understand the rest information security and cyber security. The reason behind that, the way of our Palo Alto works, okay, it is very advanced and it try to cater the latest security, whatever vulnerabilities and L7 inspections, whatever is there latest, it will try to cover Palo Alto especially. So I'm not sure if you understand. Before Cisco ASA, there was a PIX. Before Juniper SRX, there was a net screen. So only CLI access and everything. Only L4 restrictions were there, means source port, destination port, source IP, destination IP. But now the vulnerabilities, attacks are very advanced. So to cater that, you should have some advanced firewall. Okay, that's the reason next generation firewall Palo Alto is there. It will be very important to know Palo Alto firewall if you are in cyber security and information security, because information security guys not practically log into the device, but check the logs, compliance, vulnerability, CEV, everything, and everything is possible with the Palo Alto firewall. So wherever you will go, if information security guy is there, they know Palo Alto or they work on Palo Alto, because whatever they need, they can get it from the Palo Alto, like Cortex and everything is there. Okay, that's the reason. So very important device for the latest organization is Palo Alto device. Okay, due to his the way it work. Okay. Will lab access same CCNA or it will be different for Palo Alto? Completely different for Palo Alto. Anand, can we use lab on Mac OS? I am using Mac. This is my Mac machine. So Anuradha, you can use Mac OS. Okay. So wherever I'm using it, right now sharing the screen, it's a Mac machine. Will you able to explain the concept basic Palo Alto architecture? Yes, I will complete. So Amit, I will try to capture everything like architecture, packet flow, and basic things also. I will try to ask one question, duration of the course. Okay. Duration. So my target will be to complete the complete topics which I am going to share with you in 40 hours. Okay, 40 hours. If we are not able to complete in 40 hours, I'll extend that. Okay, or I'll extend some hours. So my target will be complete the topics. Whatever you want to know, I'll just try to explain. It is not we are rigid on the timing or hours. Okay, since you have paid, you should able to understand whatever topics is important for the Palo Alto. Okay, Manvi, yeah. Will you be covering Pan? Yes. So Parag asked very good question, Parag. So why Panorama? So the way I am going to teach, it's exact way you are going to work in your organization. Okay. It is not, the lab is different. And when you go into the organization, you got some devices. Okay, I didn't read about it. It should not be like that. Okay. So I'll try to build the labs, whatever is currently using by the any IT organization or any corporate. So I'll using Panorama. Most of the organization, wherever you will go, they use the Panorama. Okay, it's a very small organization only, they will use only firewall to manage. But everywhere, okay, you can take any company name, everywhere Panorama is being used. I'll cover whatever configuration and everything, the way it is being used by the Panorama. Okay. Blaming learning power. CCNP is required. Okay, you should have just Manvi, you should just have a good understanding of routing, switching, okay, and how the security policies has been created. But I'll try to cover everything. Okay. If you have a basic CCNA, you should be able to go. SD-WAN participation in AC class. See, Dean Dell, SD-WAN SASE solution, that is completely different when you use Prisma access, okay, to connect your remote branches and everything. That's a complete big topic. So we'll try to complete this PCNEC and restrict to the complete Palo Alto Prisma, Palo Alto next generation firewall and uh, Panorama. Okay, no SD-WAN.
So there is no basic concepts of SD-WAN included in this syllabus.
So SD-WAN and everything, I'll try to explain how this is used in Prisma Access and everything. But when you'll ask for the labs and all, then
Yeah.
because you can understand SD-WAN is the
Yes,
complete.
yes, like infra. I mean, infra. Getting an infra is difficult. Yeah, lab access.
Okay, so I'm just stopping here and let me start now. Half an hour is good for introduction. I'll just try to utilize much time in topics and everything. So let me just start some good thing. Okay, I had just mentioned like PCNAC, but it's before that. Okay, there are some certification like associate levels and all. This is the advanced level, expert level. Okay, Palo Alto Network Certified Network Security Engineer. That's the advanced level. But if you are able to clear this, you should be able to close all the before certification as well. My ask would be just go ahead and try to PCNC. Don't go for lower level certification. Okay, you will be able to clear that. Okay, it's not much costly certification. You can able to clear the PCNC. Okay, now let me just give some time what we are going to cover, and this will change as per the your request as well. Okay, but I'll try to cover most of the thing like 90-95% things which is important. Okay, and you will find everywhere like your Palo Alto and Prisma admin guides, whatever online courses, and everywhere you will see. Whenever you will see, you will try to just match with the topics. Okay, the topics which I have mentioned, it is not going to be a sequence. Okay, because when you will go into the sequence, you won't be able to understand how the architecture works. But wherever I will try to capture the topics, I'll mention, okay, this is the topic we have covered. Okay, so very first thing, integrating your firewall and management network. Okay, so there are engineers in the organization who have a different roles. Like People are in ops or support. People are in network designing. People are in and implementation only. People are in audit only. So whatever topics are there, you can take your pen and paper with you. Okay, wherever I'll mention, make a note. Just make a note. At the end, you will see the result. Okay, whatever I'm saying, make a note. You will see the result at the end. Okay, then I'll ask few things which will be very helpful. So that integrating the firewall into management network. Okay, determining your management strategy, perform initial configuration. What are these things? Determining your management strategy and your management network. So let's see, if you are working in a company and you got one firewall suddenly. Okay, your manager asks, okay, this is the new firewall, you have to rack and cable and go ahead and start the configuration. So this is the place. If you know this topic, the first part, you should be able to clear those things easily. Or if you are using those firewall in the cloud or a VM in anywhere, you should know these things. What is your management strategy and how you are going to connect your firewall for the basic configuration. That is the very first step. So whoever are in design implementation will be very helpful for that. Okay. Register the firewall, segment your network using infra zones. Register the firewall means you know that whatever Palo Alto supports are there, we have. Okay. So if you need any tech support, PAN support, anything, you should be able to register your firewall into Palo support file or Palo support portal so that you can get the access. Okay, I'll show that. Segment your network user interface zone will create everything you are seeing will create in lab. Interface, zones, okay, basic security policy, network flow, firewall deployment management strategy means, I just forgot this line. Determine your management strategy means whether you are going to manage this firewall inbound within a firewall, means without Panorama or with Panorama. Okay, I'm just making it simple. With Panorama or without Panorama, you have to decide. So we are going to connect with the Panorama. That is the management strategy in short one. Okay, your will create some service route, creating some admin access, administrator passwords. Subscriptions, will understand how subscription will work in Palo Alto. That is will be completely different what we have learned in other OEM firewalls. Other OEM means other vendor firewalls. Okay, software and content update, will understand how this firewall keep try to update itself with the latest threat vulnerability. That comes under the software and content update. Okay, we'll try to update as well. Okay, firewall administrator management interface means we'll try to access or create a lab. You can able to access from the management, you can able to access from the it or revenue interface, you should be able to access with the web interface. Everything is possible. Okay, we'll try to cover that. Login indicator means how we commit and validate the firewall. Global table, everything you are seeing here, we'll try to cover. Okay, configuration backups and everything. Okay, certification management. So these firewalls works on certificate. Okay, like we'll try to understand the concept of CA certificates, root certificates, self-signed certificates. We'll create some certificates as well. I'm not sure what lab supports, but I have those things. I'll try. Certificate management is very important part of Palo Alto. Okay, and make a note, it is very important also for interview. This is something, okay, you won't get much experience on your organization. Okay, basic. Amit Goenka. Who raised hand?
Arun Kumar here.
Yeah, please go ahead.
The certification, does it exactly work like SD-WAN where the policy and this SD-WAN is completely based on the certifications. Is it the
Yes.
same policy here? Something like that? Authentication, all those things, initial authentication happens.
Yes, yes. So,
Okay,
okay, so for authentication, you need certificate. Okay, for going into the internet, you need certificates. For coming from out to in, you need a certificates. Okay, so everything like PKI infrastructure we'll try to learn over here. Okay,
cool. Thank you.
authentication. So, okay, so there are different way you know that you can directly create your root authentication. You can get into that. You can use your TechX. You can get into that. You can use SAML also, Radius, LDAP. We will try to cover that part as well because make a note in current organization, you won't see anywhere is being used a simple username and password. There should be some multi-factor authentication, okay, or two-factor authentication at least to get authenticate in the device. We'll cover that as well. Okay. High availability. Make a note. High availability in other vendor device. You may be knowing the keyword called cluster, HA, high availability. Everything is same. We'll try to clear that part as well. How this work. We'll create a lab. And in high availability, let me check. We'll create active active and active passive as well. Okay, everything will cover, and we'll try to cover add here to upgrade a firewall in this part. So there are some jobs, make a note, in organization totally dedicate for upgrading the device. Very, very key important point. So you should be able to upgrade the device, whether it is in HA mode or single mode. With a Panorama, how you are going to do, we are going to cover that. Okay. Monitoring. Whoever is in support, okay, or operations part, you should able to understand how the security flow goes like that. You should be able to monitor that. Monitoring means if you are doing some filter source with the source, you want to understand what are uh, the policies being hit by the particular source and destination. You know, some people says, okay, I'm not able to connect the internet. I'm not able to reach the destination. So the troubleshoot part we will try to cover in this part. Okay. User ID, very important concept, make a note if you're going to clear interview or going to clear certifications also. You won't, I'm sure that if you worked in some other firewall, heavily used user ID in Palo, okay? And I believe in Checkpoint, you can use it, user ID, okay? And some firewall, but in Palo Alto, user ID is being used. So what is user ID, which you are going to cover? So in general, you know that you can provide a security policy access with source and destination and port, right? This is the thing we know that. Now, what if someone say there won't be any source IP, just provide access to some account. That is the way we are going to learn in user ID, okay? There won't be any source IP. We are going to do on AD basis or LDAP basis. App ID, trademark, make a note. If you're going to clear certification or interview, okay, app ID is very important thing. Okay, it plays very key role in Palo Alto to understand your application. So there are two ways you can define the applications, right? One, if you want to allow any security policy, you can just write 443, right? That is the way we call it service port. It work on L4. But when you want to put some restriction in L7 level, then you allow a app ID. We'll go deep dive into that as well. Okay. Threat prevention, IPS, you know, we'll try to cover IPS as well. Decryption, make a note, very important thing. SSL forward decryption, SSL inbound decryption, SSH decryption keys, and everything we are trying to cover in this section. Okay. Something you will see very different whatever you have learned in your CCNA or some Juniper classes. Okay, completely new topics you will see here. URL filtering. If someone worked in proxy, okay, the work which is being done by the proxy, everything you can do in URL filtering in the category. Okay, we'll try to cover this part as well. URL filtering. VPNs, very favorite topic for everyone. You should be able to understand build IPsec tunnel. Okay, IK1, IK2, whatever you will try to clear that. Okay, between to firewall, between to router to firewall, between on-prem and to cloud, everything will cover over here. And in this topic, okay, we'll try to troubleshoot as well. Okay, in the lab, everything will be into the lab, because the concept of VPN, okay, IPsec, if you know, very good. If doesn't know, try to, whenever we are going to cover that, try to learn the things VPN concept in your own, so that we can do practical in Palo Alto. Okay, because VPN is itself a big topic. Okay. Networking means routing, switching, like your tap interface, virtual wire, what type of interface, static route, virtual routers, and everything we'll try to cover here. Policies means your security policies. Okay. When you say policy, means your security policy, or some people call it rules as well. Okay. We'll try to cover as well here. Virtual systems. If you worked in Cisco, context firewall is there, right? So here, similar thing, virtual system. We'll create a virtual system. We'll try to communicate between the virtual system. Why we create a virtual systems, we'll try to understand over here. Panorama. I have mentioned very end, okay, Panorama, but that is going to be a very top. Once we build the basic lab, we'll start working on Panorama. Okay, I'll just move the slide over there. Panorama. Set up your Panorama, how to add a new firewalls into Panorama, delete into Panorama, how to manage templates and device group and troubleshooting, administrator, everything from the Panorama we'll try to cover. Okay. Zone protection and DOS protection, these are the profiles we'll create. Now, these are the topics, okay, we have tried to cater in this session. If you want to add some more topics, we can go ahead. Definitely, you can just give me in chat. Okay, I'll try to add here.
Can we add the global protect?
Yes, that is my uh, bonus. Okay. So
Yeah.
global protect, if you will see here, let me networking. See, where is that? In the VPN part, okay, it is not mentioned, but we'll set up a global protect as well.
Ram, Global Protect is just a VPN client, or does it have any other features?
Very, very important questions. So how you are using global protect? Okay, so it's just a VPN client, but the way you can use is very, very advanced. So you can just create a global protect to access your, like your Cisco AnyConnect. But the way global protect work, okay, it's completely different. You can connect your global protect with the Prisma access over a cloud. Okay, so that was centralized.
Okay.
You can use a SASE management solution as well. Okay,
Oh, fine. Like rather connecting to the on-premise network, we can connect to the cloud session
yes.
also.
So the cloud part we call it here Prisma access. So
Okay, yeah, Prisma.
Prisma access VPN we can use. We'll set up that also. Okay, I'll show you. Okay. And we'll try to clear global, use that VPN, create the configuration, everything into the global protect. No worries. I'll try to cover. Okay.
Is it possible to add WAF, or is it,
I have
bigger topic to cover in this session?
not a bigger topic. Okay, so let me explain how this Palo Alto revenue model work. Okay, so when you got one Cisco AS or Juniper firewall, you are the owner. You can do whatever. You can go into the kernel. You can do everything in your that firewall. But when this Palo Alto come into the market, it got a good business opportunities. It kept something, okay,
Okay.
in their hand. You won't have visibilities. You
Oh,
have to.
you need a license for this WAF?
WAF is completely managed by Palo Alto. You do have to just use the plugins and the license. Everything you
Okay.
will manage for you. Okay, it's a very uh, good thing to use, but it's like you won't get any visibility over there because it's a paid subscription kind of thing. But I'll try to cover how it works in URL filtering. Okay.
Okay.
One more thing. Are you going to cover the topic like quality of service also,
QS.
and wildfire.
Okay, I'll 1 second. Let me check. It is here or not. Networking. Let me check. Monitoring static route. Okay, quality of service is not here. I'll add it. Okay, for you.
Okay.
Okay, what is the other topic you told me?
Wildfire.
Wi-Fi.
Wildfire.
Yeah, wildfire, we'll try to cover that. Okay, and important thing, I'll show you how this wildfire configure and everything, but it is the same like WAF. You have to use your wildfire service, which is being managed by the Palo Alto. You have to just configure your wildfire so that you can send the traffics, logs, everything to the wildfire. But we'll try to cover how this wildfire work. Okay, we'll cover
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Will you also include content ID and device ID part with app
Yes,
ID and user
yes,
ID?
yes. Everything. Okay, let me check. User ID is there.
ID.
App ID. Okay.
Device ID and content ID is missing.
It is missing.
I think it should cover under profile security.
I'll cover. It is
Yeah.
related to this user ID, app ID, everything comes together in
Yes.
this. Okay, I'll cover that as well. Okay, what else you want to cover? Thanks for that. I'll add it. I missed it actually. What else you want to cover?
And the SP3 architecture explanation.
Yes, it will be there. It is there actually in first day itself, SP3. It is there in first day. Okay.
Okay.
One more thing, are you going to cover the DNS security as well, like sinkhole issues and all?
DNS security. Okay, let me check if my lab support this. Okay, but I have my own, own company thing. I'll show you. Okay, but I'll try to cover DNS sinkhole, how it work, how this looks like, because this is very important topics when you go for the interview. Okay.
Yeah.
So these DNS security and everything, lab is not that much sufficient. Okay. When you work in any organization, you will give the full blend subscriptions and everything so that you can export. But I'll try to make sure you understand the concepts. Okay.
Okay.
DNS security, I have make a note. Okay. DNS security. $11.50. Okay. So let me just go ahead what we are going to cover and what are the other things which you see in the organization. You must be very aware of next generation firewall. Okay, next generation firewall, Palo Alto, we are going to cover that in this complete administration, operations, implementation, everything focused on the next generation firewall, which could be a VM series firewall or on-premise firewall. So in any organization, you can get, depends on the budget, you can get a physical firewall. I'll show you data sheets and everything, how this physical firewall work. Okay. And you can use the VM series firewall as well. OEM, like you use some lab, which we are going to use. Okay. VM series firewall. Okay. And we are going to manage everything with Panorama. Okay, I'll explain what is this Panorama and everything. Okay, and everything will manage by Panorama. You can see there are two more things you can see. CN series firewall, very latest firewall. Okay, I had a call with, I believe last week, they were explaining the benefit of CN series cloud network series firewall. Okay, so it's like very if you see here, very CDSS, cloud delivery security wise. So for example, if you have a cloud infrastructure, whether it's regards to the AWS, Azure or Google, anything, mostly the Google, okay? So they use this CN series firewall capabilities for restrictions and everything in the cloud, okay? And if you see here, one thing is their cloud delivery security services. That is also a CDN networks, you understand the high securities and everything, right? So there it used the cloud delivery security services. We are not going to cover these two because we don't have lab also, and it doesn't comes under the your PCNEC or anything, okay? But it is important to know this is new things which is going to come in near future, okay? When you will start some new implementations and everything. Okay. From the current slide. So someone asked just now, SP3 architecture. I'm covering very first topic itself, like SP3 architecture. Okay. So what is SP3 architecture? So before going deep into that, the way a device, any device, network device, security device work, that's the pre-defined software and hardwares which will tell, okay, how the packet will go in and out, how the processing will happen. So for example, before going into this one, so there are some vendor devices which check for L4 first, okay, and drawing tool, okay, major point. L4, okay, we check for L4. When I'm saying L4 means your after network layer, okay, ports and everything, that will check that. Then if some profile is being created, okay, then it will go for L7 level, like inspection and everything, then come back into your main part, then go out. That is some of the devices work, okay? So that is very different when we come to the Palo Alto Firewall. That's the reason. So make a note, people will ask, explain SP3 architecture. So when we say SP3, okay, single pass parallel processing, okay? So it's like single pass, okay, and parallel processing. You see that? Single pass, SPPP. So that's the reason SP3. That is SP3. That is the engine which is designed for the Palo Alto. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So how the packet will work in SP3 architecture? Let me go with some theory, then I'll show you with the diagram also. Okay. Single pass software means the software which is being used by Palo Alto, which is Pan OS. Okay, the software which we use is Pan OS. Is a single pass. Single pass means whatever packet will come into ingress interface of a device, okay, it will go once and inspect everything and go out. It is not come back here and there, and it will be a stream base, single pass. At once, it will inspect everything. Okay, what it will inspect, you can see here. So perform operation once per packet, once per packet. Packet is supposed networking function. Networking function means your L2, L3 routing, whatever routing is there, go have configured, that will work. The interface configuration, everything come here at once. Okay. Policy lookup. I'll explain the packet flow. There is something called policy lookup. Lookup means it will just check, okay, what are the policies available for there, okay? Then it will go into the fast path or slow path, depends on that, okay? The policy lookup. App ID or application identification, decoding, that means content ID, signature mapping, the IPS things for the thread and content at once. Means if packet is coming, okay, let me annotate is there, let me see, annotate is there, okay, good. So for example, Sorry for my diagram, okay? So if any packet is coming into ingress interface of firewall, okay, everything is there, right? L1 to L7, everything is there. So once packet is coming into that firewall, everything 1 to 7, it will process at once, stream base, stream base, stream base, one packet at a time and complete and go out. Other firewall, I'll show you by Google image. Okay, we'll go for till L4, L4 and check for L7, then come back and go out. So why this is single pass is important? It will reduce your delay, means the processing will be fast. Your performance of the device will be fast. So since you working into networking organization, you may be seeing some of the device is very slow. Okay, you type one thing, but it is taking time to coming up. It is not the case into the Palo Alto Firewall. Okay, until you heavily utilized it. Okay, but it is very good when come to the single pass. Now, parallel processing hardware. Parallel processing means, for example, this is the software which is processing. Inside that, there will be, okay, complete hardware. Let me make it. I'll show the diagram. I'm just using my annotate. This is the hardware. Okay, hardware. So example, one packet at a time, hardware means your CPU and everything. Okay, hardware means understand CPU is processing that. But you are going, your company is big, okay, and a lot of packets are there, input output depend rates are there. So what is there? We have parallel processing, means multiple parallel processings hardwares are there, means this inspections and everything is dedicated to this hardware. One more packet will be there which is dedicated to this hardware. Some more packets will be there dedicated to this hardware, and then round robin, first curve basis. These are the things you have learned in some other topics, but this is the way it tries to give you a smooth steam based architecture which feel you there is no delay, no latency, no slowness into the flow. That is very important. So if you see some tickets into your queue, we are seeing the slowness, and that slowness is due to your firewall. Okay, you are not going to see into this case Palo Alto Firewall. Okay, until you will heavily utilized. Okay, but in general scenario, parallel processing hardware designed to separate data and control planes. Okay, very important. Data and control plane. There are two things you need to understand before going deep into that. Data and control plane. Okay. So if firewall is there, there are two things. One is your config. Okay. One is your config. One is your flow. And that is, let's say, connected. Means, okay. So config means whatever A to G configuration you are doing into the firewall, that is there, right? But when you do some failover or some device is down, synchronizations and everything is going in back in, right? Configuration syncs and everything is there. That is your text control plane. Means this control plane, there are two planes. This control plane will tell what to do, means how the routing should be performed, how the synchronization will be performed, how the routing table will be formed. Okay, there are two things. Routing table, forwarding table is different thing. Okay, everything comes into the control plane. But when you see and go into the device, there will be a multiple flows, right? Multiple flows will be there. That flows, heavy flow is managed by your data plane. I'm just using a simple term to explain you. Okay. If you go in to find the documentations, everything will be heavy words will be there. But I'm explaining a very simple term. Data plane, your flow. Okay, flow means, so for example, some flow is there in UDP traffic, not UDP, sorry, TCP SSH is there, and it is went down, and it is failed over to this one. You won't see any interruption because that is a seamless failover. That how it is controlled? It is controlled by the data plane. Okay, so it designed with separate data and control plane. Okay, and there is one more plane, management plane. We will try to talk about that as well. Separating the data and control plane means heavy utilization of one plane will not be negatively impact to the other plane. Very important point. How how it is trying to manage seamless and good performance with the firewall. Because, for example, data data plane is high, means you are going to have a heavy flow, big organization. It is not going to impact your control plane, means config syncs and everything. And if configuration is high, routing decisions are taking high, then it won't impact this one. The separation of that thing is very important for SP3 architecture. So the advantage of providing SP3 architecture engine is traffic is scanned with minimal buffering as traverse the firewall. Minimum buffering means it won't stay in firewall for long time, okay, and traverse to the firewall. This speed lets you cover advanced features such as scanning of virus, malware without slowing the firewall. So you will see if firewall is not doing any L7, the performance of the firewall is very good. But when you start the L7 activities, means inspections, okay, your performance of the firewall will be slow. But in Palo Alto architecture is such as, okay, it'll try to speed up the things. But adding that point, it is not always, okay. I'm not saying everything will be smooth. Depends on the size of your network, okay. So that same thing which I have mentioned, it's mentioned over here in, let me delete the annotate, delete it. So see, SP3 architecture, L2, L3 networking, okay, config management and reporting. L2, L3 networking. L3, you know, that right routing part, okay, MAC address and everything. L2 networking, HA and config, okay. See how it is going. See, stream by it is going right, left to right. At the same time, this user ID, app ID, and content ID. I'll go deep into that, but just try to understand. These are L7s. L7 means application layer inspections, which we are doing. That is also being done, okay, policy by policy engine. We call it policy engine, okay. Policy engine is being done by, see, user ID is also done, app ID and content ID. In user ID, captive portal, MFA, app ID, application decoding, heuristic. Heuristic means the stream of the traffic which is being used for identified by the IPS and everything. Okay, decoding, URL filtering and everything. See, everything. At once it is being done. That's the reason it is so fast. Now, you saw my bad diagram. Now see the good diagram for you. So now you can able to imagine the thing, but it's very important diagram. Okay, you can find anywhere in the cloud. I didn't make it. Okay, see control plane. See management. I told you in control plane there is one more thing called a management plane as well. Okay, for the management traffic. Okay, I'll explain how this work. This is control plane. What traffic it will try to cover? Your config sync, HA, and everything it will see into the control plane. Now in data plane, the flow and everything will be there, like networking, security, content, everything is there. Okay. Two separate plane. Parallel processing hardware. Okay. These are the hardwares. Okay. And policy engine, whatever you saw there, this is complete policy engine, means app ID, content ID, and before that a networking also. So making it simple, not going in detail. This is L7, okay. This is L3. Your policy engine do all these things, okay, at once. And this is not only one CPU. You will see multiple CPU like that, okay. This is the thing, you will see multiple CPU means I didn't get the good picture, but I remember one more picture was there like that, okay, like that. And in that policy engine will be there, L3 and policy engine will be like that. It work, okay, at once. This is the SP3 architecture. And I told you like control plane and data plane before in my bad diagram, but it is a good diagram. Network processing, okay, starting from okay, top. Control plane and data plane. I told you like in control plane we have management plane as well. What it will do, control plane, configuration, login and reporting. Configurations means whatever configuration you have saved into your firewall, okay, it is going to sync with other firewall. How this happen? This is happen, okay, with control plane. Make a note, this is your interview question as well, okay. Who will do that and how is the performance will be there? CPU and RAM. So if you have good amount of CPU and RAM, you should be good. Okay, single pass pattern match, signature matching component. What is this? L7. So exploit, virus, spyware, SSN. I'm not sure what is this SSN. Okay, so these are L7s, impact or attacks. Okay, how this is going to use and match, that is a single pass. This L7 inspection will be done by your device. Okay, security policy or processing. Okay, how security processing will be there? App ID, user ID, URL match policy, SSL decompression and everything in security policy component. And last L3 and L2, flow control, MAC and route and lookup. So this looks very hard, but to make it short, you should only know what traffic is being processed or what is being processed by your control plane, what is being processed by your data plane. That's it. Okay, you should understand that part only. Let me check. Okay, till here I have just covered one topic. Okay, till here just go ahead and ask questions.
Aaron, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
When a packet hits to increase up the firewall,
Mhm.
will it make a copy of that packet and it is distributed to these three planes or how?
No, no, definitely not. There won't be a copy of any file packet. The reason behind, let me explain. Do you see my screen? Or let me, what you have asked. This is screen, right? Copy means what? If you have a switch, okay, that will do your broadcast or multicast or your broadcast or multipass, that will a copy. That is one case. If you are using a firewall, okay, and using a tap or a mirror, mirror means connected to a switch. Let's assume this is a bad switch. And if you have configured a port such as it will send a copy to a switch so that you can view those things, that is the copy. And we will learn how to do that tap interface and mirror interface. Now, in this architecture, if a packet is coming, same packet without a copy, it will process over here, okay, and go out. Ingress, egress. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Let me check chats. Okay, go ahead. Ask your questions.
One more thing. So you're telling like control plane and data plane. So control plane is basically like the hardware component, and the data plane is like something like software components.
No,
Okay.
no, no. The both are the hardware components. Both are the hardware components, control plane and data plane, but the architecture or the responsibility is given to them is different.
Okay. So control plane basically you told it process all the your configuration. So for example, if you're doing a NAT policy or security policy configuration, so that is generally done on the control plane, right? So that data plane is uh, like signature matching, all these things. It also like I do not get the difference of that. Like
Okay, let me explain what you have asked. Okay,
Yes.
so you did some configuration, right? Configurations, security policies, and everything. Understand that is as a configuration, not doing any function right now. Okay. Have you
Okay.
worked in Palo Alto or Cisco? Any firewall? I'll explain you.
Yes, yes, I have
ASA,
worked it.
ASA
Yes,
have
yes.
so in ASA, okay, if you do show con or show only show con, you will
Config.
see some flow, not configuration, show con,
Yeah,
CON
connections. Yeah,
connections. You will see the
yeah.
flows. Okay, how this flows is being managed. You configured only one policy, okay, from source to destination, but you are seeing hundred of flows for one security policy. So the policy which you have configured, okay, that is your
Okay.
configuration or control plane. It is saying use this policy. It is saying use this policy, but inside that policy, if it is being used, so many flows are going in and out. Those flows is data plane. Getting my
Okay.
point? Got it?
So you're telling like, so for example, if you have configured the security policy, so
Hmm.
that we are doing with the help of control plane, right?
Yes.
So, for example, if we are routing the traffic from particular source to destination, that is happening with the help of data plane.
Okay. In there also, let me just go deep so that you will understand. When you will configure routing, means you configure a static route.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you configure a static route, there will be a two route tables. Okay. Your forwarding table is there, right? Okay.
Yes.
What forwarding table means, say, what are the active routes which is going to take out the traffic. Okay, and you have configured multiple routes. So from one destination, you can configure /16, 17, 18, anything you can configure. You can introduce with a BGP, you can introduce OSPF, everything. So the configuration which you have done, okay, like static route and everything, that is your control plane. Okay,
Okay.
control plane will say, okay, here BGP is also configured, OSPF is also configured, and your static route is also configured. Which route will be preferred? Who will tell that? Who will decide that? It will be decided by your control plane. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
now, when you get the forwarding table, okay, you know that, okay, now BGP needs to be used. In BGP, there
Yeah.
will BGP summary, different neighbors and everything will be there, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so that neighbors and everything will come into the data plane.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so understand in very simple term, you will never forget in your life. Okay, command,
Yeah.
boss, who will boss? Who will tell what to do? Okay, that is control plane. That is control
Control
in
plane.
everything. Who will
Yeah.
do? Your employee. That means your data plane. Okay.
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 Ron, so
Yeah.
like as you said, so control plane will give you all the configuration, will give you management of device, as well as like it provides routing details, all those things. So parallelly, when a packet ingress into the device, so the processor, I mean processing unit has been utilized only for the packet inspection, content data inspection, user ID details verification, and policy lookup. Yeah, here.
SP3 will do everything. So control. See. So let's take a packet is came. A packet came here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You see my browser or
Yeah,
I'm
I can see. I can see.
okay. Okay. Now let me use some good SP3 architecture diagram from internet. Okay. Mm. Where I can see multiple. I'm just trying to use some new diagram, so you should be able to understand.
So, like for packet, I mean application level security as well as for this offloading, I mean decrypting For everything, there is a dedicated processor has been used, so there won't be any delay in this Palo Alto, right?
No, that you are just merging with your FTD architecture. Okay, FTD architecture. Okay, I'm in Palo, but it is very important to explain how these things you will understand. FTD, Cisco FTD architecture flow. Okay, yeah, this is good. I'm just trying to make understand everyone that if we are Palo Alto, but you should understand the concept of everything. Okay, so see what you told, it is for FTD. Okay, how this FTD works. Okay, Cisco AC is completely different. Okay, in FTD, what they have done, they have given a new name to Lina engine and Snort engine, two names. Okay, Lina engine and Snort engine. Lina means your ASA engine, simple basic L4. Okay, you guys are understanding when I am saying L4 and L7 these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Anyone doesn't know what I am saying L4, L7, L3? Let me know. So in OSI, okay, L1 to L7. So I'm just using that small keyword, okay, L4, L7. I just don't want to miss anyone. So what ASA feature is there, Lina, and what L7 feature is there, inspection you told, that is not. So in FTD, what happened? It goes, okay, and it check for snot also, okay, and then again come back to Lina. Means it L4 it completed, then it goes to L7, okay, and again it come to the same engine and go out. But in your case, your Palo Alto architecture engine, if you see that, this is the good one, okay. That flow I have explained. Okay, in Palo Alto, it is not coming back to Lina or not coming back to L4. At once is packet into your device, it will do everything like L1 to L7 and go out. What you have asked, okay. So it will do
Okay.
everything at once, means L1 to L7 with the different CPUs. Now how it looks like, see, you see this red part over here, where is my
Yeah.
annotate? Okay, this one, control plane. Okay,
Yes.
I don't like the color. Where is red color? How to change that? Okay, leave it. I'll check that. Control plane. What control plane is there? Config.
Config log. Yeah. Reporting.
Logging means you understand loggings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And configuration same. Who is doing what is doing this like CPU.
CPU and RAM. Yeah.
Data plane. Signature, security policy, everything. See, virus, spyware, app ID and everything. But important, you missed that part. It is also being done in data plane. Routing, flow, MAC, NAT, QS, everything. Means three part. Important: network component, security component, and IPS component. Signature means IPS component. Okay, IPS or IDS, anything you can say that.
Yeah.
Everything is by the data plane and control plane. And for example, very good thing. Packet came to your firewall. First, it will do whatever L2, L3, HA management reporting, whatever needs to be done. Check for user ID, app ID, content ID. Who will do all these things? It will be done by policy engine. Okay. Overall things you are seeing in green part.
Yeah.
Only it call a policy engine. Policy engine doesn't mean security policy it will do. It will do everything. Okay. So
Okay.
data filtering, URL filtering, real-time reinvention, everything is done. Heuristic check L7 and go out like that. Okay. So that is the thing. I try to cover here. Okay. Doesn't look good. Let me delete some annotate. Now, from this current slide, sorry. keep asking questions, guy. Okay, when you will keep asking question, okay, we'll try to understand the concept and try to.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Ron, one question here. Actually, whenever the packet is being processed, for every packet, it will do all the inspections, even if it is not required.
So in that case, okay, here it will do all the packets. Why? Why it will do? Okay, because the way it work Palo Alto, it don't understand the port. Okay, that's the reason Palo Alto is very safe firewall with terms of security. The reason behind that, if you allowed, for example, I'll go into detail as well, but since you have asked, if you allowed, for example, what you called it, 4 4, okay, chalo, 443. Okay, sorry for that. 443, if you have allowed in your firewall, okay, how it will process that source, destination, and the port number 443, and it will go out. If someone worked in hacking or ethical hacking or somewhere, you can tunnel that port, okay, a different port, for example, 5096. Tunneled, we call it tunneled port. That is actual, okay, that is actual payload of your attacking malware payload. But since you have allowed 443 into your security policy, it will pass that, and your payload of attack will come into your organization and it will be attacked, okay, in terms of L4. But what Palo Alto do, okay, it won't see this 443 as a 443. It will check HTTPS, okay. It have a app ID or content ID as well. It have a signature, how the web traffic should be look like. Okay, Palo Alto know how web traffic should be look like. वो web traffic कैसा होना चाहिए Palo Alto को मालूम है. So when it will decode it, it will decode and see, okay, 443 is there, very good. But what is this port? Other port is there also there. It will block that traffic. That's the reason single pass, it will check everything. That's the
So,
reason.
so it doesn't cause any delay like, while processing the packet, right?
No, it won't go to the delay because the architecture is such as you get multiple CPUs. So for
Yeah.
example, if you have a laptop, I'm just making simple for you. Okay, you have a laptop. Okay, in laptop you have a CPU, right? CPU.
Yeah.
You are doing gaming. You are doing some game over here. Okay, you are doing some game over here. Your CPU is very slow. What will have 4-core CPU? I bought you one more CPU. What will happen if I bought you one more CPU for the same game? One more CPU for the same game. If it is getting delay, if you're using multiple CPUs, okay, and your game is mirrored with somewhere else as well, and that is also using a multiple CPUs. So you won't find that delay. Okay, that's the way SP3 architecture is work.
Okay.
Okay, very smart architecture actually. That's the reason it is being sold or number one in security. Okay, that's the reason. Clear. Or now let's quickly go through what all hardwares are there. Very important to understand whoever are in cells. Okay, or design, because if you are in design, you should know what model number will be going to use in your organization. Okay, and if you are sale, you know what to sell. Okay, so let me from let's write. Okay. PA series, PM series, Prisma Access. PA series, Palo Alto. Oh, sorry. PA series means Palo Alto series, physical appliance. Okay. So when you will work in company or working in company, you might have been seeing physical appliance also in data sheet as well. Okay. Very good. So some people are using VM series, cloud series, and Palo. But what Paulo says, the best output or best features or best experience is in physical firewall because it is a dedicated device for you, dedicated CPU for you, engine is dedicated. So that's the reason it is a best experience. Why dedicated? I'm saying when you spin up a VM series firewall, where it will spin up? It will spin up in your VM, and VM will have a definitely a storage. How you will spin up a VM and a storage? You will decide that. Okay, there won't be any limitation in physical box of a Palo Alto. That's the thing we will learn into that. VM series, I told you. CN series, VM series are the virtual firewall that protect your hybrid cloud. Okay, see. Is it fine if I use like that? Because I couldn't use annotate in sliding. Okay. Is it small, or let me just do it big for you? Okay, see what it says. VM series and CN series are protected on hybrid cloud. Hybrid clouds means AWS, Azure, GCP, and private clouds. Okay, if you are a company which having multiple clouds, definitely you have to use this CN series. That is latest, but till now I have seen in from the marketplace, you can use VM series. How you will use? It just a marketplace is there in online. When you go finish that, just go search marketplace, Azure marketplace, search VM, you will see the price and everything. Just use download it. Okay, no, not very easy to use. Okay, Prisma Access. Okay, Prisma Access secure access SASE offering. I'll explain this SASE thing. Okay, deliver security globally from the cloud. Okay, Prisma Access is a SASE solution which is deliver security globally from the cloud. You can use this Palo Alto in this as well. If you have a very small branch means very small office, 400 is sufficient for you. Okay, for Palo Alto 400, say this. Some big branch or some, where is
Ram,
that?
uh,
Go ahead.
yeah, Panorama, this management server is basically installed in a virtual environment, or just like any, it's a kind of server, right? You don't need a firewall for that, right?
A very good question. So Panorama. Okay, Panorama is M600. How to do comment? 1 second. I'm just mentioning M600. I'll show you as well. So if you are having a physical architecture in your organization, physical data centers, okay, and using a physical firewalls, so it is suggested that use a physical panorama. Okay, so panorama is also a physical device like your firewall. Okay, model number I have given M600. Okay, and lower levels are also there. I'll show into the data sheet. Okay, this is the physical firewall which connect to your devices. Now it depends on you as an architect. You can use panorama as a VM series, means a server you said. Okay, you can use that as well, or a physical as well, or physical firewall, or a VM firewall. Mix and match is also possible. Everything is possible. It only depends how your organization is there, how your architect is designed, and best important thing, how your budget is there. Everything designed based on the budget of the company. If you're a good company, you have good budget, you can purchase everything physically and install everything. Okay, so is that answer your question?
Yeah, so I thought just installing any Linux or Windows-based OS, I thought it's just like a management application. So you mean to say there is a dedicated firewall, series PA six, I mean M600. Uh, s- so it's a kind of physical firewall, or you can install it in VM also.
Yes,
I got
yes,
it.
yes. Okay, network parameter. Okay, so 800 series, 3400 series, some enterprise solutions, very widely used perimeter firewall. Okay, these are widely used. 5400, 5400 series, these two you will see everywhere. Why? You know, architecture wise, if you'll see, there are three architecture. One is your perimeter, one is your MPLS or L2, or one is your access layer. Okay, This is perimeter. When I'm saying perimeter, no, perimeter, the very top where you will expose with the cloud. Okay. So best firewall is your Palo Alto firewall to protect and use at the perimeter firewall. And internally, MPLS connectivity means data center to data center connectivity, office to office connectivity. You can use your other firewalls as well, Cisco, Juniper, Checkpoint, anything, whatever you like. Okay, and lower level also if you have any firewall. Otherwise, two firewall is sufficient. Okay, so 5400 and 5450 are the best firewall to protect your perimeter if you are any organization, IT organization, manufacturing organization. Now, if you are a service provider, okay, these are for the company, means big companies, okay, not small, big companies, 5400 is good. But if you are a service provider, you are aggregating every traffic and everything, then chassis level firewall is important, 7K. Okay, that is a chassis. So uh, I believe someone who have worked in Checkpoint or Juniper, similar thing you must have seen. Okay, this is the blades you can just pull out and just get into that. Okay, this is the chassis.
Perimeter firewall is if you are directly connecting to the ISP, like if you are directly connecting your network to the ISP, that is called as perimeter firewall, or the firewall which sits behind the router, ISP router, or like premise edge router, that is called as perimeter.
No,
I'm not sure what is
yeah,
perimeter firewall.
yeah. No, like let me just explain. Okay, let me explain 1 second. What is this? Shapes. 1 second. What is happening? Okay. I don't see
Got hanged.
cloud. Okay. So for example, this is your company or okay, sorry for the this small.
Okay.
This is your company, okay?
Okay.
And this is my company, means some other company, okay?
Okay.
And in between there is I'm just finding try to find some cloud. I couldn't see that, but
Okay.
maybe this is internet, okay? Your internet or MPLS, whatever would be there. So this is your boundary. This is the
Yeah.
place you can enter your organization. Okay, there should be one place you will anyone from outside can get into your organization, right?
Yeah.
That is the place. So in that place, from if anyone outside is going into your organization or coming out from your organization, that is a perimeter.
Okay. Edge. Okay.
Edge. So that's the perimeter firewall where you will do
Doesn't matter whether it is connected directly to the ASP or it sits behind the edge gateway. Doesn't matter, right?
doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you're going outside your perimeter, that is a perimeter firewall.
Okay.
Okay. Let
Thank
me
you.
go ahead. Next slide. Next, it's a lab. Okay. I'm not going to cover much in theory because everything whatever I'm going to cover, I'll try to cover from the lab. Okay. So now question 20, current slide. Okay. So in this lab, we'll try to cover or we'll try to build everything from the scratch so that you also know how to build it. So the very first important thing, you should have a lab access. Okay, I'll build that and I'll understand how you are going to walk into that and doing the configuration. Okay, and everything. I have just built that thing for you, but when we'll start, okay, we will do from very beginning level or in scratch level, so that whatever difficulties we will find, you will also see. Even when we build a lab and you build a lab in home, okay, you see some issues, okay, so there should not be any case. So when I am building a lab in front of you, so you will also understand what is the method I am using, okay, and the same method you can use it. And it is very important to understand why. The question why is very important. There are two way to deliver this training, okay. I can't have just go ahead and created that and okay, I told you, okay, use 100 510 series and when zone and all. So that is not the case. What I'll do, I'll use step by step why we are creating that, and then increase the topology. So here you can see very basic topology. One firewall, okay, connected to your LAN. Okay, that firewall is connected to admin PC as well, and you will try to connect your internet as well. Very basic. In next step, how we will increase, we'll add some HA as well. Okay, in next lab or a next step, we'll add some Panorama as well. In next step, we'll add HA in Panorama as well. Okay, in next step, we'll create some DMG as well. Okay, in next step, we'll create this as a data center and create one more similar thing, a data center. Then we'll create IPsec tunnel between the data centers as well. Okay, so if you are good in initial lab, initial setups, okay, then you will slowly go ahead and do the hard. Okay, so that is well enough. Much talk. Let me start. Now, let me check my EVNG topology and share with you. I'm just opening my lab again. So I believe you won't be able to see do you see my lab? No,
No,
right?
no, Ron.
Let me share my lab. Do you see my lab now?
Yeah, yeah.
Just type in chat whoever worked before in this EVNG. Okay, EVEG for lab purpose. Just type it.
Yeah, like I have got a access, but I haven't worked. Just like last week in weekday class, I have attended a class one day. So they have given me lab access, but I haven't done any configuration on them.
Yes. Okay, 1, 2, never, never, never. Okay. Never, not. Okay, that's well enough. Never, never, never. So that's good. Okay. EV minus. So what I'm going to do, you see this lab, right? I'll delete everything or create something new in front of you so that at the same time, okay, we will take time, understand these things. We are here to learn, okay? We are here to do everything in the own pace, okay? Whatever we are going to do, important part, we'll do at once, okay? If you are good to building the architecture topology, why these IPs and everything, you should be good. The rest of this, you won't come again and touch it, okay? So in this
What
topology,
I have a question.
yeah, go ahead.
Why not just help a student to set up a EVNG image to be in the same path? You know, if you are using EVNG and I have, for example, GNS3, that will be complicated for me, you know, will be complicated for another student. But if we all using the same simulate EVNG, that will be great. It's just idea I'm giving you. Thank
Yes,
you.
I'll make sure everyone will get this UNG and the same thing. You won't have a different GNS3 or GNS4 packet. Simulators are multiple in market, but when we will focus on one, that will be very good. That's a good point. I'll make sure everyone will get this. Okay. Okay, so we'll just
Cool.
start.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll start going through with these options and start building the architecture. Okay. So let me just do things. Okay, let me explain what we are going to touch here. Then I'll start building that. This firewall you are seeing, okay? Our target will be, you should be able to access this firewall via CLI. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing, you should be able to access from this PC to this firewall via GUI. Okay. And if you are in LAN PC means your organization PC. Just assume that. Okay. So you should be able to access this firewall via SSH. Okay. Or GUI, anything, whatever you like. Okay. And at last, if you are a LAN PC, means if a user in your office, you should be able to go and reach the internet as well. That is our first task to complete in this lab. Okay. I have created 3 different zones. You can see that management zone. Okay. That is the management zone for managing your firewall. Your LAN zone. LAN means your corporate LAN. Okay. Understand like that. And your WAN zone going out to the internet. Okay. 3 zones. I'll increase more zones, but initially I think it is well enough. Okay. At least you should be able to log in into that and see that. So add object, nodes, network, startup configuration. I will click in everything. Let me just close this lab. I'm closing this lab. Okay. So once you will get the access. Okay. So I am trying to day 1 Palo initial lab. Okay, I'm just giving one name. That's enough. Okay. I got a blank page. Okay. Once you will get the access, okay, you will also see that thing. Okay. If it is very sneaky, you can change the mode. Is it good? Very pinkish. Okay, let's do that. So once you get the access, if whoever is the access, you can just log in, okay, with me, and I will start that. So important point which you need to understand, see nodes. If you click here, do you see anything over here? No. Okay, you should be able to add your nodes first. What node? Okay, I need Palo. Good. I need Palo Alto Firewall. Now check whatever QMOS and versions are there in your organization. 11 versions will be there. Everything is possible. Okay, whatever softwares or images we have downloaded. Okay, we'll use it, but it's sufficient. Okay, so you just use this stable version 10.x. Okay, you can use. I'm just trying to make you familiarize with this EVNG as well, so that you will use that. Name Palo Alto, you can change your these things. And, icons, use the same thing. Okay. Let's increase the RAM. Okay, just very small RAM was there. It will be crashed if you have a small RAM. Okay, ports. So when you have Ethernet, okay, you can use multiple ports. Let me start with, at least you can use any port. Let me start with at least 6 port. I'll use multiple zones so that will expose more thing. Okay, rest everything is same. There is no startup configuration. I'll add it. Okay, we'll actually build it. Okay, we'll build it. I have added one Palo Alto. Okay, see here. Palo Alto is here with me. Good. Now let me go ahead and do fast. So when I'm building, I'll ask question for you as well. Try to think. It is not like whatever I am thinking, it is mind. I have just did it. So if you have a firewall, okay, how you will access that firewall? What are the ways you can access that firewall?
Web
Now,
browser, like via HTTPS, via CLI,
no, I'm asking about the node. Which device you will use? Node I'm
firewall.
Yeah, if you want to access that firewall,
Yeah,
what node you will use, how you will use, what is
management.
PC. PC via PC.
via PC.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See, what I am doing here, I'm just making you think why I am adding these things. Okay.
Okay.
Let me add at least two. Okay, RAM is fine. I'm not going to do much thing. Now you have one, let's say firewall in between your company, and you got your laptop. Okay, you got your laptop. Now you thinking that okay, I'm use my laptop to connect into that. Very good. Now since we are building a topology, I'll build it at once. Okay, so this is the minimum requirement. Okay, you will be able to reach your uh, Palo Alto firewall. Now let's make it bit complicated. Not bit complicated. Let's make it bit standard. I want to use switch because without switch, you know that, right? You won't be able to connect. So it is mentioning as a switch. So let me switch. Come. There is switch. Right click, switch PNG. Good. We have a switch as well. Let me just, okay. If you right click it, okay, you will be able to change the name as well. Let me keep it switch one. Okay. Now, okay. Now you have a L2 switch. You know, directly you won't connect your firewall to the PC, right? But via switch only, access switch, you will connect it, right? Now, that is the way you can reach here via your management. And this is what I have mentioned in my diagram as well, right? If you remember my diagram, I don't think so if I can send a diagram. Let me send a diagram in this June chat, okay? Let me just 1 second and you can open that and match it. If I can attach something. Day one PPT, day one PDF. Where is that? I'm just trying to send you that. Next. Everyone see, there should be one lab diagram. Okay. Now come back to my lab. Okay, now if you see that diagram, whatever is opened over there, so this is the PC which I am going to use for the management. Okay. Now assume there is one more VLAN is there. Okay, for the users VLAN or LAN. Imagine you are working in a company, okay, and different VLANs are there, or for management VLAN and this that VLAN, but you are working in one project, okay, and there is one dedicated VLAN over there, or specific subnets is allocated to that. So we called it a LAN. Okay, you can give any name with your project name. So Let me use the same desktop. LAN PC, okay. Node for where is LAN PC right now. Let me edit the name. MGMT PC. Okay. Let me change this as well. Okay. LAN PC. Good. Now I am adding from here. Now let's increase one step. Just right click here, add a node. Okay. I'm going slow start, then I'll go fast. Okay. Sorry. Now I have to use a switch. So add network and okay. Good. This is your LAN part. This is your management part. And I told you I'm going to use one internet connectivity as well, right? So just right click here, add your network. Okay. Don't miss that. Right click, add your network, use management cloud. Okay. Net, internet. Good. This is your good internet. Okay. And just add one switch also to connect to your internet. Okay, that will be good. It is a L2 switch. Okay, so most of people are in routing switching. You know that. Very good. Very simple architecture. Now let's connect that. How I'm connecting that. This is my firewall. Okay, you see this plug, orange plug, pass. Okay. Now choose your interface node, Palo Alto. In Palo Alto, what interface are you going to use? Tell me. I'm using this for the management top level. Okay. This is the management, right? So what interface I should use here?
Management.
Management.
Yes, I'm using management. Okay. So try to understand why I am doing. Okay. It is not like I have given you topology. Now take this orange, match with it. Now here you can use anything.
Ethernet.
Ethernet and all. Okay, Ethernet, leave it. Don't take much stress into that. Now here, important. From this firewall, okay, I have to change the name, but I'll change it. Now, if you see in the Palo, management is not there because I have already used, but I have rest of the firewalls. I can use it. One, use with my switch. I have used it. Connect your switch to the laptop or LAN PC, whatever it is going to take, leave it. Now, from the firewall, try to bring here, use ETH1 to whatever is remaining. Okay, depends on you, means what is going to use, doesn't matter. What is available, you can use it. Now it's connected to the internet. Let me change the name, just change the name, switch to, I change it, but switch to. Now, it is very easy. Till here, whatever I have made it, just ask question. Why I have made it, these switches and all, or is it good? Very simple. Okay. No question? Now.
One thing, Ron. So, can we do this parallelly or or we don't have access to create our own labs.
Okay. So
Yes,
what
Ron, we cannot create that. We
Yeah.
don't have access.
you call you
Because
want?
I was trying to do that, but it seems you don't have privilege.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine. That's
that's
fine.
right.
You can use mine. Okay, just see here. Configurations and I'll give you means topology creation. I believe I can only do. Okay, but since I'm creating from basic, okay, means initial stage, there should not be any issue. Okay, is it fine, right? Means I am not using any pre-built thing. I'm creating in front of you, so it should be good.
Okay, so okay,
But Ron, we can't modify also.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason. See, if everyone is modifying, there will be a problem for me for delivering classes. That's the reason. If you want to modify anything, tell me, I'll modify.
No, if we can't create a lab or own lab or modify, then how we should be practiced to
No, I
follow?
am giving this lab, right? I am giving this lab. Whatever I am making, you will have access to this. You can do any configuration. Whatever I am delivering over here, you can practice it.
But if multiple people do the configuration on same lab, is it
Yeah,
work?
you
Is
can.
it going to work?
Yeah, but for our understanding, for we can make experiment and we
You
can
can.
create our own. So that's why we are
No,
asking
no.
for access.
So there are two things. Creating your own and experimenting is different thing. Creating, that means I am creating for you one lab and everyone, 32 people are there, right? Can do their own stuff. Their instance will be different for you. You won't be able to mess up with this thing. So when you are logging with your profile, you will have your configuration. You understand? The lab
Yes.
which everyone is same for everyone, because see, if everyone will use a different lab, the understanding level and the delivery for me will be difficult. But if you are using a single lab, okay, but a configuration, do whatever you want, do whatever you like to have here. Okay, there won't be any impact for me or anyone. Okay, that's the reason it is the way it's designed. Is it good?
Even I am not able to find your lab as well. So how can I
That
see
has
that?
to be shared. I'll try to talk the admin to share with you. Okay, I have just created for you. Maybe you see some new lab, but I'll talk who is managing this lab, right? I'm not managing this lab, so I'll ask the admin to share everyone. Okay, just be patient. You will see that.
Okay.
Okay, till here. We are good with the interface management, everything is fine. Now let's do some cosmetic thing. Start. What is these things? This is your management. Okay. So what should be the name of this zone? Tell me.
Management.
Management zone. You can
Management.
whatever you want. Okay. You can give whatever you like. Now, this part, LAN PC. Okay.
Inside LAN internal.
Whatever you can give. Okay. I'm just giving a simple name. You can give LAN, internal, or inside, or anything. Okay. This is your WAN part. I'm just giving the WAN. That's fine. Good. Now come to the subnet mask and subnet mask. Okay. You can use anything. Important thing, I'll try to make impersonate your company also. So wherever you are working, you will see everywhere inside 10 network is being used, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm just using a 10 network over here. Okay. So can you check the diagram and let me know what is the network I have used there in diagram, means whatever I've said in the chat.
Check.
10.10.10.0/24.
Yeah.
10.10.0/24. Okay. Thank you for that. I can use anything, whatever you like, you can use. Okay. I'm just using that. There's no issue into that. Now, management. That's a different VLANs. Okay. So you can use anything. What is the management VLAN I have used? Just
105.0.24.
105.0.0.0.
0.24/20.
Good. Now quickly tell me this WAN also.
192, 168,
1.0/24. Yeah.
24.
Okay, that's good. Good. We have given this LAN. Now I have to give this PC name. Okay. So since this is in one zone, let me try to do something to check your zone. How to do that? Picture, text, custom shape. Okay. I'm just using some custom shape. Okay. So this, the left one is your management zone, your one VLAN. Okay. Now use something here. Your LAN or internet, oh sorry, your LAN part. This is your WAN part. Keep it simple. Okay. Now you have to assign the IP addresses. Okay, it's a L2 switch. So whatever IP I'm going to use, that has to be with this subnet for this PC and Palo Alto Firewall. Since this is the L2 firewall, we are not going to assign any IP. But in harder step, we'll assign L3 IP as well. But since it is a first class, I just want to make sure to you should be able to at least reach the firewall. So from this subnet, what IP I have used in my diagram, can someone please check that? Can 100.0.0.1 or 2 what I have used? Can someone tell that?
I don't have access to your lab.
No, lab, I have
10,
105.0.0.5.
5.
5, right? So 105. That's fine. That's fine. This is my E0 IP. Okay, I'm just bringing here E0 IP. Now, since this is in same VLAN, what IP I have used over here?
105.0.0.254.
254. Okay. Now, there is a culture in organization. You can use a first IP or last IP, depends on your as an admin. Okay, you can use first IP or last IP. Gateway. This is my gateway for this PC. Okay, let's quickly here 10.10.10.0. What is the IP here?
10.10.10.5.
5. Okay, dot 5. 10.10.10.5. Okay, it's 5. Come here. This is E0. What is my E11?
Dot
Dot
10.
10.
4 times 10.
Okay. Good. You can use any IP, okay? Not an issue. Okay. What is it 1, 2 I have used? 192, 160.
1.50.
1.50.
Good. Now, what is the IP I have used here? 192.
168. 1.1.
1.1.
You know why I have used 1.1?
Public IP.
Okay. Yeah, public IP, or if you'll see your laptop, if you are connected to your Wi-Fi router in your home, check your, not if you're not connected to any VPN, okay. Check your IP address, or your default router IP is mostly the 1.1 when you log into the router, home router. I'm saying, okay, that's the reason. From this way, I'll go out.
Yeah.
Good. This is the thing I have created. I think it is similar what I have mentioned into that. Okay. Now quickly go through one by one thing. You have to eruption. Go ahead.
I have a query.
Yes.
Logically, you don't think so that this 105 is a public IP, right? So this should be on the WAN side, and 192.168.1.0, which is a private IP, should be on the LAN side, management zone side.
Okay. Management zone side, you can use any IP. Okay. You can use 10 on 63 IP or 50 IP, any IP you can use. 192 I'm using over here. I'm connected to VPN. Just check someone, go to, if you are using window, okay, IP config, check what is the IP address you are receiving. You will be getting some IP from the 192.
Yes.
Okay, why? Is the reason I have used, one way to get this firewall GUI from this LAN PC or management PC. But what we'll try to achieve from your normal laptop also, you should be able to reach out this firewall and go out the internet. Okay, that's the reason I'm using this, my home internet. I should
Okay.
be able to use some internet. I don't have ISP terminated somewhere in my here, right, lab. But I am using my home internet to go out, and you can also use home internet to go out. Okay, that's the reason. Yeah, definitely you can use any IP over here. Okay, it doesn't matter. You can use any IP. Depends whatever you like. But I'm just using. Okay, now let's start. I'm closing my time, but what I'm going to do, this PCs and everything, I'll start this firewall first. Okay. And I'll wipe it because I did some configuration. Okay. I'm going to wipe it. I just want to make sure you should be able to see a complete blank firewall. Okay. And whatever I am going to create, that will be a um, um, clean firewall. Okay. Let me wipe it.
One more thing, this internet